all like 3 of you here. That's okay. It's quality, not quantity. Shit. Are you picking anything up, Mike? Did you switch mics on me? Fuck you, OBS. Alright.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I could tell. I figured it out. I look at levels too, sister. Not new glasses, actually. I just don't wear them very often. But I wore them today because my other ones were digging into my nose. Okay. So, sorry, I went off on a tirade in my brain. So yeah, today I played Nancy Drew. Oh my goodness gracious, Nancy Drew and Last Train to Bluemoon. You're so loud, computer. Please calm down. Okay. Sure, 100%. It's not. That's not usually where I have it, but for some reason. Yep, that's the one. Sorry. Anyway. So yes, Last Train to Bluemoon Canyon. As I wait for Risa to approve my levels check. Why are you doing this, microphone? Okay, well, new computer, new issues to deal with, so awesome. Super awesome. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Once I get all the kinks of everything worked out. See, as some of you may know, last week I didn't get to stream because my computer decided it didn't want to turn on. It was just done. So today I am working on a new laptop. It was supposed to be the exact same model, but they did not send me the exact same model. So everything's just a little off. Like, for instance, instead of 3 USB ports, I only have 2. So I had to make the decision between microphone, video camera, and mouse. You can hear me, you can see me, so guess which one got the boot. So I may have some issues moving things around because I don't do all these games on the trackpad. But it's gonna be great. It's great. Nope. Everybody's having problems here in the stream, apparently. I'm at 100%. I don't know what else to do other than shout. So... It shouldn't be quiet. There shouldn't be a reason it's any different than anything else. I love getting technical issues out of the way. I prefer to do it before I stream, but you know. A gain fill? What? I don't know how to add anything in OBS. We're lucky I know how to function in OBS. Nah, I don't have any filters. I figured out where the audio filters were. The conductor didn't do it, Al. You don't even know. Okay. I guess I can just shout and hope it doesn't bother anybody else. Because I don't know how else to do this. So... Do I sound low, Al? Okay. Fuck. I don't know what to do other than... Ugh. Okay, wait. Let's see. I have a twitch in my eyebrow. I feel like it's from this. I turned it up to 100 and... Okay, let's see. Microphone's all the way up. Okay. Everywhere I'm looking, I should have my microphone at 100%. So I don't know what to do, guys. So, I mean... Let's see. Advanced audio properties. I wonder if that helps any. No, it doesn't. I'm sorry. I'm really trying to troubleshoot this here, but I don't... Add mic boot... What? Where? Okay. I'm okay, fine. Sure. Yep, I was on sound settings. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I definitely did that. No, I cannot. I cannot add boost. I go to levels and it says microphone and it has, you know, the little sliding bar. I can't add shit. You is wrong. Yeah. So... I don't know, guys. I just play the game? Okay. Worst part is I always test my audio and then I just...
Yeah, that one's gonna be a little much.
I don't know. Did that help? Damn it. No, that wasn't me figuring anything out. That was me switching to a different microphone on my computer. Don't use that one because all you can hear is excess sound. It wasn't my built-in, but... I don't know what to tell you. Okay. Okay. One sec. Is it better? God fucking damn it. I don't... Sure. That cannot possibly be it. I don't know what it is picking up. Okay, I mean... If it works, I guess, then... I'm double checking on the stream. Yeah, okay. It works. Whatever, man. You can hear me. That's all I really fucking care about. Can I play the game now? I'm gonna play the game now. Not that you guys were the ones stopping me. Just, like... I'm gonna do it now. Okay. Uh-oh. Give me my sound. Please. Oh, boy. Okay, so you're gonna give me the sound? Come on. You can do it. Okay. That should do it. Okay. Oh, shh. Because I turned it down so that you could actually hear me. There we go. Okie doke. Still no sound. Mother-loving duck. Why are you doing this to me? This has been the first fucking half hour of this thing. I just need to... Maybe that's all it is. Okay. Does it... Nope, that is... Okay, I have to restart Nancy. That's the problem. Ugh. What? No! Stop crashing! I'm gonna... Why are you doing... Oh! Oh my god, okay. Is that why? Is that literally why? Yep, okay. I didn't even care anymore. I didn't even care. Okay. I'm not even... Recently posted, mark this time so that people can skip all of that bullshit.
Welcome to my latest case.
Goodness,
Last
Nancy.
train to Bluemoon Canyon.
You are
To start, choose junior or senior detective.
so loud.
If you're new to it,
My bad.
adventure games or need some help, click on tutorial.
Alright. Looks like I'm playing... Stop sticking. Stop sticking. This is gonna be fun with the trackpad. Okay. Apparently I'm playing senior detective, so let's do this.
Dear Hannah, here I am at the railroad station along with a handful of other detectives about to board a train bound for who knows where. The only person who
Bluemoon
knows where
Canyon.
we're going
It's in
is
the title.
Gerard. That's the young woman who invited everyone. Actually, she didn't really invite me.
You're
She
just a
invited
fucking
Frank and
crasher.
Joe Hardy, and they invited me. And I've always wanted to join forces with the Hardy boys. I just hope this doesn't turn out to be another one of Laurie's silly attempts to grab publicity.
Oh, you guys still can't see it?
Some people can be a little too rich and a
Fuck
little...
me. What are you doing? What do you think you're doing, computer? Man, like... Okay. Screw it. Okay. Guys, if you say it once in the chat, just because I haven't seen it yet, you don't have... Everybody doesn't have to keep repeating each other. I promise. I'll see it eventually.
Two-faced for their own good. Wish me luck. Love, Nancy.
Well, people, now that our little orientation tour is over, let's get started. Okay.
She sits
I
very well in that
am
background.
Emily Farrar, and the first thing I want to do is thank you all for coming. John Gray, I am so thrilled that you're taking time out from that TV show.
This
of
is
yours
my
to do
favorite
some
part of the game.
ghost
Just
hunting here with us. I mean, Ghost Chasers is like the best cable show ever. And Charlena Purcell, I cannot tell you how much I adore those romance novels you write. Your characters just seem so real. And all that stuff you know about the Old West, you are just awesome.
jeez, look at her
And
face.
you know
She's so
about
full of shit.
Only
I
the
know.
most famous police detective in the country. And then there's Frank and Joe Hardy. They're amateur detectives. My dad and their dad are old friends. And you must be the other amateur detective, their friend, Natalie?
Nancy. Nancy Drew.
Whatever. All right. I'll bet you're wondering where we're going. Well, we're going to Copper Forge, Colorado. Why? To solve the mystery of what happened to Jake Hurley, the man who originally owned this train. Because see, one day in 1903, this train, was found in a place called Bluemoon Canyon, which was out in the middle of the Nevada desert.
Did
Only the
somebody
engineer
cough
was
in the
alive,
train?
and he was dead. As for Jake Hurley, he had disappeared from the face of the earth. Oh, and two more things. Before he disappeared, Jake was rumored to have found the richest gold mine in the world. And the train he owned, this train, his wife Camille died on it while they were going to the gold fields. It was rumored to be
You know, the gold fields.
She's
Oh my
gone.
gosh.
How do you know she's gone, Nancy? That's pretty suspect.
People should never go tampering with things they don't understand.
Oh, brother.
It's okay. Everybody just stay calm. No need to panic. I'll get to the bottom of this.
So I genuinely mean it that this first
Well,
part
Nancy, you're up on all that
is my
social
favorite part.
stuff. What are you supposed to do when your hostess vanishes into thin air?
Oh, Joe, with your
If I don't
90s
seem
cute
concerned,
guy
it's because
hair.
I'm not. Laurie Gerard is a young woman whose only goal in life is to be famous. She craves attention. and
Charlena, like,
habitually
just
uses
opened a
her
conversation
father's
this way.
considerable wealth to get it.
Charlena, like, grabbed Nancy by the elbow and went, if I don't seem concerned, you didn't ask, but I think you need to know. This is where I stand. I'm sorry, it's sticking. There we go. You're just appearing like a publicity stunt?
So you
Publicity
think her
stunt?
disappearing like that is just some kind of publicity stunt?
I just think she couldn't resist showing off in front of all of us minor celebrities. What was your name again?
Nancy Drew, you and I have actually met. Sort of. I called you not too long ago when I was at Shadow Ranch. You gave me some information about Dirk Valentine.
Ah, Nancy Drew.
You don't remember me, do you?
No.
Oh, you kind of helped me in getting information to write a novel. No. Can't say I recall you at all. Such a bee. Come on.
Have you ever met Laurie's other guests before?
Nancy,
But I'm in the
Here.
middle of something, Joe.
Excuse me for a second. Is this Jake and his wife?
Yes. From what I've read, Camille loved to sing and dance, even in death, apparently. Jake reportedly told people that after she died, he would sometimes see strange glowing lights outside the windows at night,
Oh,
bobbing
man.
gracefully alongside the train as if dancing with it. He said he found the sight very comforting. I suspect normal people would have found it terrifying.
I hate you, sister. For those not seeing the chat, because you're watching the VOD, Risa decided to ask me to turn up the volume on the game. After my mic being too low. Too late. Ariana and the curse volume control. Sounds kind of like, ooh, hello. What? Oh, I thought it was a screwdriver. It's just a crank. Screw it.
hey Nance.
Where have you two been?
Right
I followed
here.
Tino Balducci.
Whole
And
time.
I went after John Gray. He went straight to the room in the car that used to be Camille's and didn't come out again. I could hear all these weird noises coming from inside.
I forgot Frank used to sound like that. Drag. Drag! There's only... Okay, there we go.
Did you talk to him?
I was just about to go in, but the next thing I know, Joe's got my arm in a vice grip and is dragging me back here, babbling about how Balducci's our guy.
He found something on the floor right where Laurie was standing when the train went dark. I saw him pick it up and put it in his pocket. Then he left.
Did you ask him about it?
Did you ask him about it?
When I tried to talk to him, he just kind of brushed me aside and said something
Did you
snotty
talk
like,
to him
I'm on
about
the
it?
job here, Junior.
Did you ask
So
him
just go
about
back
it?
to the playground and stay out of the way. In case you two hadn't noticed, we're not getting a lot of respect around here. Can't we at least tell Balducci that we do stuff for ATAC?
You know the rules.
ATAC?
We don't.
American Teens Against Crime. We do a lot of undercover work for them.
Wonder Cop's probably never even been undercover.
Joe, let it go. What'd Charlena have to say?
She thinks Lori is faking this whole disappearance
I mean,
thing.
I'd know more
She's not
if
the
Joe
only
hadn't
How can you
dragged
say
me
that?
away.
You heard Lori scream.
Anybody can scream, Joe. Especially girls whose fathers have given them acting lessons along with everything else they've ever wanted.
What about you, Nancy? What do you think?
All the intonations on Frank's line. So girls with fathers who can do acting classes. Jeez, okay. I kind of agree with Frank.
I kind of agree with Frank.
You've got to be kidding.
No, I'm not a big fan of this game's Frank.
Do you think maybe one of Lori's other guests is in on her disappearance?
It's certainly possible.
From the way she talked, it didn't sound like she knew any of them.
Maybe that's what she wanted us to think.
Or maybe that's what one of them wanted her to think.
Well, whether Lori disappeared by force or by choice, what we've got to do now is find her.
Absolutely.
So this Frank's intonations are terrible and I hate him.
Has anyone talked to the engineer?
Not that I know of.
Then I'm going to head up front and tell him what's happened. Maybe he knows something we don't.
Good idea. In the meantime, we'll take another look around in here.
Great. Catch you later.
Great. Just stands there for a little bit. She backed away. Is she okay though?
Engineer, what do you want?
Hello, I'm one of the passengers, and I just thought you should know that Lori Gerard has disappeared.
So?
Looks like a face. Sorry.
I just thought you might want to call the police or something.
Hey, all I know is I take orders from Miss Gerard, okay? Right now my orders are to get this train to Copper Gorge non-stop. And until Miss Gerard tells me otherwise, that's what I'm gonna do.
But what if Lori, like, has fallen ill or something and you just call... Like, what the hell, conductor man? Nope, I was given one task and one task only.
Shouldn't you at least call the
Jesus.
authorities?
It'll be my pleasure, just as soon as Miss Gerard orders me to.
But-
Now, if you'll excuse me, I got me a train to run.
I hate you. I agree. The conductor did it. No, wait, he's the engineer. Never mind. I think I should get
This
off.
door goes outside. Opening it now would not be a good idea.
Do I look like I care? Let me out. Let me out. This is not dance. Sink. Drink.
A square and a duck. It looks like this thing opens up. But
how? By taking a duck and putting it into a box. I feel like the instructions are very clear.
What have you got?
They're just sitting there waiting for me. Oh, I thought I could tell them
See
about
you
the
later.
conductor.
If you need
mean,
anything, just let us
engineer.
know.
You're a let it know. Flippy fins. That's it? That's all I got? Well,
Sadie Crawford.
there are just little doll shoes sitting here.
It looks like there's something behind this painting, but I can't seem to move it.
What
Yes?
you doing?
What are you working on?
I'm writing my next book. I'm on a deadline, so until I write those two most wonderful of all three-letter words, the end, everywhere I go, my laptop goes, and every chance I get, I
Duck
write.
stuck in toaster. What else do you know about Jake Hurley?
Why do you think Lori invited you on this trip?
No doubt because I'm such an authority on life in the Old West, and because I'm so good at using old information to unearth new information. My knack for research is, well, it's a gift.
You know what, bitch? Sure. What else
do you know about Jake Hurley? You know, the man who originally owned this train?
Wealthy, imaginative, adventurous, stubborn, egocentric, and most importantly, he was smitten at the age of 35 by a young French woman named Camille Voulet, who died about a year after they were married.
Oh. Come on. Just do what I ask you to do.
Where was he from?
I don't know why
East
that matters,
Coast,
but
Philadelphia, I think. His parents were
Probably
British
will.
aristocrats. Sometime in the 1870s, he decided to seek his fortune out west, so he had this train custom built so that he, and some years later his wife, could traverse the mountains and plains in relative comfort.
So he went west and became a miner?
All anyone knows for sure is that years after Camille's death,
Okay.
he showed up in Denver with a pouch full of gold nuggets and semi-precious stones, which he used to purchase mining supplies. He refused to say how he'd come by them, which of course led to speculation that he had found a fantastically rich vein somewhere. Although to this day, its existence remains unsubstantiated, and its location quite unknown.
made you think I wanted to hear all of that, Charlena? Just fucking blabbing.
I'll touch bases with you later.
My publisher thanks you.
Authors, am I right? Long-winded bag. Whew. That always seemed way, like the tracks were going by way faster when I was a kid. We'd go to move between tracks and I'd be so concerned.
Pretty. Looks like some kind of gemstone.
It looks like a demon goat is what it looks like. Oh. Well, I mean, you know what I gotta do, right?
Better not mess with that puppy.
Do it. Nancy dead.
This must have been the sleeping car.
Yeah, so shh, Nancy. Don't wake nobody up.
I need 4 numbers to unlock this, and there's, what, 10,000 possible combinations? Guessing could take me a while.
Nancy, you... A Tale of Two Dolls. Ill-tempered Edna could not get her way. She couldn't get Alice to come out and play. I can't, I'm too tired, is what Alice said. I just want to go straight back to bed. Edna angrily tried to make herself heard, but all that came out was one 2-part word. Why, I'm not your mother, yawning Alice replied, till Edna the Terrible finally gave up and cried. Well, there's no context to this, so this is stupid and makes no sense. Actually, it really is a little confusing. What is this car just a puzzle car? I think it might be. Oh no. Oh, you have to do it from here? Cool. No, that's not where I put you, you garbage. I'll just see. No, Nope, that's... I'm just... Move! Come on. There you go. wasn't moving. But don't worry. Oh my god. Sorry. During all of this, while I'm, you know, No! I didn't right-click that time. God bless America. No, stop it. My brain's having trouble with basic patterns. No. I don't, sorry. I don't feel like doing this right now. It's... I could have sworn there was more in this car than just puzzles, but that's fine. Skull fracture? What? Oh. I just realized when you did that. Okay. Jesus, okay. 'Cause I'm like, how many cars are there?
Hey, come on over here.
No, I want to play
Hi,
the
you're
piano.
that Nancy person. How you doing? John Gray.
Oh.
You look pretty busy.
You look pretty busy.
Right
I'll
now
let
I'm
you
taking
be.
time-lapse electromagnetic readings and recording background noise. This was Camille's private car. If she had something to do with Lori's
The
disappearance,
trackpad, sort of.
analyzing these readings may give me a clue as to
Put me off
Lori's
that
whereabouts.
puzzle. Sorry. Are you saying that Camille's ghost kidnapped
Are you
Lori?
saying that Camille's ghost kidnapped Lori?
Because I'm all
What to
aboard
most
for this,
people are
this
ghosts are
theory.
actually temporary distortions in local electromagnetic fields caused by the presence of residual psychic energy generated by the person or persons who frequented that particular locale. And that's my working theory, at least.
So what you're saying is that dead person science kidnapped Lori. That's much better than just saying a ghost kidnapped her. Come on, man. That's very interesting.
Very interesting.
It's all very scientific. But
Sure.
the fact is,
Far be
Lori's
it from
missing.
me to-
And I, for one, am doing everything in my power to find her. The vibes I'm getting make me think she could be in serious trouble.
Oh, well.
Charlena Purcell thinks Lori is just playing some kind of joke on us.
Charlena Purcell writes romance novels. End of comment.
No, I'm gonna need you to continue because I don't understand what one thing has to do with the other. I'm really gonna need more from you.
What do you think of Tino Balducci?
I kind of feel sorry for the guy. After catching those bank robbers, he can't just be a good cop anymore. He's got to be a great cop. Tough to perform under that kind of pressure.
He needs to be a semi-competent cop. That'd be great.
Is Lori a friend of yours?
First time I met her was when I boarded this train with all the rest of you. I knew her by reputation, of course. Like everyone else who reads the tabloids. It doesn't appear that anyone aboard this train is her friend.
Like anyone else who reads the tabloids. Maybe she doesn't have
Maybe
any
she
friends.
doesn't have any friends.
Wouldn't be surprised. Maybe you can be too rich after all.
Or maybe you can be that unpleasant a person.
I'll let you get back to work.
Pleasure talking to you.
This looks like some sort of game.
Was this a game to you, Nancy? Oh, I hit it! Okay, so I'm gonna have to compensate with my clicking. Okay. That was about my computer, by the way, not about the game. This is so entrancing.
I did it!
No, I want to keep going.
Wonder what's in here.
As advertised. Seven. It's my lucky number. Yoink. Let's see.
The Little Book of Samplers.
Surely there is no greater joy for the 19th century woman, young or old, than to bring a piece of linen to life with needlepoint, requiring only needle, thread, care, and imagination. The word sampler comes from the Look at these samplers. Oh. Most motifs are naturalistic objects that have specific meanings in the language of samples. Very similar to the language of love, but you know, there's a slight dialect difference. Here is a list of common motifs and their meanings. Duck. I could not stop my mouth from saying martial fidelity instead of marital. Okay, so is there a square in here? Is that one of the ones? Can I... Yes! So, let's see. That's not the mouse you're using, Ariana. Square means nature. Duck means marital fidelity. So, in order to open the thing, we need to have nature commit to marital fidelity? I don't know. I'm walking away from this one. I'm gonna play the piano, John.
What shall I play?
I got music to play. Got magic to do.
Don't do that, please. Those microphones I set up over there are very sensitive.
Well,
Just about took out my eardrums.
then maybe.
You can play that thing when I'm done. I'll let you know when that is, all right?
Okay.
Okay. What's in this corner? Okay, that's one of the things I really love about this game. There's just like a puzzle or something around every
Thomasina
corner.
O'Neill.
Thomasina O'Neill. Okay. That is a lock of hair. Gotta keep tags on
Looks like Camille was teaching herself how to play the
your hair
piano.
locks so that you know who they came from. Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave that there. That seems pretty important, so. Oh, I wanted to turn the light off.
It's locked.
Yeah, no, I know. I was clicking on the part above it that... You're not gonna let me unlock it? You bitch. Nancy, you bitch.
Looks like some kind of sewing sampler.
Wait.
I wonder if there's a relationship between those symbols and those numbers.
You know what? This makes more sense than marital fidelity nature. Natural marital fidelity. So 4 and 1.
I wonder what's under here, and what the deal is with those weird-looking bolts.
I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like...
Hello?
Nancy, hi, it's me.
Hi, Bess.
And me.
Hey, George, what's up?
What's up? You're the one who's on the train with a bunch of famous people. You tell us. This is torture, Nancy. I'm dying of curiosity here. Beth, just calm down. Oh, like you're not just as curious as I am. She's the one who insisted we call you Nancy, only because you're driving me crazy. I'm supposed to be helping her paint her room, but every other brushstroke she's like, where do you think she is now? How do you think the Hardy Boys are doing? Why do you think she hasn't called? What do you think Laurie Gerard is wearing? Oh, George, that is so not true. I could care less what Laurie Gerard is wearing.
Okay.
So come on, Nancy. You're on a train full of famous people bound for who knows where. So dish already, would ya? Bess, calm down. Look what you did. You got paint in my hair. I'm sorry. You know, actually, that looks kind of cool. Nice try, Bess. No, really. You're just saying that because you're afraid I'll bail and you'll wind up having to paint this dump all by yourself. George, I kid you not. You should seriously think about doing some major highlights in that color.
What color is it?
Adobe beige.
Nice try, Bess.
What's going on, Nan?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're gonna actually ask me what's going on instead of just yammering at me.
Our hostess has disappeared.
What do you mean, disappeared?
I mean, the train went into a tunnel, everything went dark, and when the train came out of the tunnel, no Laurie. She just disappeared.
No Laurie.
Publicity stunt.
My thoughts exactly.
I don't even need to see
Remember
what's
the
under
time
that.
she was allegedly kidnapped from her Vegas hotel room? Yeah, the guy across the hall just happened to have a camera and got it all on tape. It made the evening news in practically every city in the country. And then there was her daring escape the next morning. Only it turns out she faked the whole thing. Of course, she claims her ex-boyfriend faked it to get back at her. She thought she was really being kidnapped. Like anybody believes that.
Sounds to me like somebody has been spending a lot of time reading the tabloids.
George has. Very funny. So what else is going on?
Before she disappeared, Laurie told us that the purpose of this train trip is to find out what happened to Jake Hurley, the train's original owner.
Was he murdered or something?
I think
No
she
one
thinks
knows.
that's like full
He was
title
married
because
to a
I think that's
woman
the
named
third or
Camille,
fourth
but
time
she
she's referred to him as
and he
Jake
eventually
Hurley, the train's
vanished while
original
mining
owner.
for gold. His train was found abandoned in Bluemoon Canyon, Nevada, with no one on board but his dead engineer.
Whoa, spooky. Have any theories?
Yeah, Jake Hurley murdered his engineer.
Not yet, but the train is also rumored to be haunted by his dead wife.
So first Hurley's wife dies, then Hurley vanishes, then the engineer dies, then Laurie vanishes. A pattern, maybe? Bess, do us all a favor and leave the detective work to Nancy, okay?
Okay. Sorry, that was just very...
Has either of you been to Copper Gorge, Colorado?
Never heard of the place. Why?
Well, that's where the train I'm on is headed. Apparently, Jake Hurley buried his wife Camille there after she died on the train.
She died on the train? Ew, creepy.
If you think about it, that somebody's died, like, everywhere, so... Someone probably died in your room, Bess. Sure.
Jake used to see strange lights at night bobbing alongside the train and thought it was Camille dancing.
Super creepy. Yeah, I just got goosebumps. Which is hard when you're practically covered in paint.
I don't think it is. I think you're
I'll
wrong.
talk to you guys later.
Let us know what happens.
Jump!
Hey,
No,
Nancy,
everybody needs
right?
to stop pulling me away from things I'm looking at.
You've got a better memory than our hostess.
who doesn't? Amateur detective, huh? Ever thought about becoming a real detective? You know, like me?
You mean become a police detective? No, I
You
never
mean
have.
work for
It's
the
a great
man?
job, you know.
I don't think so.
I love it. You, heard about those bank robberies I solved, right?
No, don't click it, Ariana. Ariana, no.
Tell me about them.
You don't,
Baffling
bitch.
case. Two-man team at 17 banks in 3 states in 5 days. FBI had no idea who the perps were. But after
I'm not
forcing
Nancy.
their vehicle
I'm
to a stop,
Mandy.
confronting them, despite the fact that they were armed and giving chase, I single-handedly made the collar.
I heard they stopped because you accidentally rear-ended them.
You heard wrong. You see, Nancy, when somebody does something really remarkable in this country, the first thing everybody else does is try to tear them down. Reporters, late-night comedians, even some of my fellow officers, all have been spreading vicious lies about me. Why? Because they've never done anything remarkable in their sorry little lives, and they're jealous. Anyway, you should look around in here. Lots of interesting stuff. This was Jake's private car, you know.
So you just claimed it. That's cool.
I understand that you found something on the floor in the dining car.
Yeah, at first I thought it was an old coin, but it turned out to be some kind of slug.
Okay, well,
Where do you think it came from?
Probably been lying there for 100 years. May have served a purpose back then, but now, worthless.
I mean, may I see
May I see it?
Sure, in fact, here, keep it. Wear it around your neck or something. That way, when people ask you where you got it, you can tell them Tino Balducci gave it to you.
I will tell them nothing of the sort. Thank you, Mr. Balducci.
Oh, thank you.
What else can I do for you?
So, what do you think happened to Lori?
Well, she could have been kidnapped. She could have been tossed off the train. She could be hiding from us. But I obviously won't know which until I've gathered all the facts.
Where are you getting these facts from? Thank you, baby. Come on, trackpad.
When do you think that will be?
I'll know the facts when I know the facts. The truth can't be rushed, you know.
Have you had a chance to talk to Charlena Purcell?
Now, why would I want to do a thing like that?
You don't like her?
I can't stand those sappy books she writes. And seeing as I said as much during an interview on national TV once, it's a pretty safe bet she doesn't like me.
Why did the topic come up? Come on. Come on. There we go.
Have you talked to John Gray?
The ghost guy? Total quack. Only reason I talked to him would be to arrest him for fraud.
You've been a big help.
Anything for a fellow detective.
Wonder what Jake used this for.
I don't know. I want to look at it. Fine. Ooh, there's a pickaxe missing. Guys, there's a pickaxe missing. Ooh.
Another gemstone. Looks like an old-fashioned cigar box. Wonder why it's locked.
To keep the cigars safe. I don't know. I mean, okay. Had to drag the goddamn periodic table of elements into this. Yet again. I mean, I guess that I don't understand. Blue? Close to silver? Gemstones and how to identify them. Amethyst. Citrine, tiger's eye. Okay, well. Oh. Camille with Hagar Anderson and Chantilly Hildegard. Oh, I can go in.
Camille with Hagar Anderson and Chantilly Hildegard.
Okay, I couldn't really read that, So that was me kind of seeing basic letter combinations and going, oh no, I remember those names.
J.H. For Jake Hurley, obviously. Must be Jake's insignia.
Oh. Okay, that's it? Alright, cool. Cool. Okay. Hey.
Another gemstone.
Okay, that's cool. I don't get to actually just look at the... Fine. Hey, qu'est-ce que c'est?
Eliza Sandberger.
Krollmeister. Drink. Received of Jake Hurley for the price of $3.73. One Krollmeister doll with decorative red ribbon on the 16th day. On this 16th day of June. Looks like Jane. I was very confused. 1880. So, Krollmeister's been around for a long time, huh? Not saying brain in a jar, but I am saying brain in a jar.
An old scale. Strange. It seems to be built into the wall. Those symbols look like the ones I saw in that sampler.
I see. 7.
That square and that duck look very familiar.
Okay. Cool. Go me. Go, Ariana. Certainly open to something. It's great. It's awesome. I 100% intended to do that. Hey! More coins, or slugs, or whatever. Yeah, I really don't know why Nancy's not just taking the shiny things like she normally does, but, you know, man. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Silver. What do all those
Sulfur
colors have to
is
do with silver?
Orange, blue, green, red. Notebook? Where are you, Notebook? I found you, Notebook. And I left that pencil over there. That's fine. That's fine. My bag is right here. And it has pens galore. I could always just try to remember the pattern, but let's be honest. That's not really my style. My strong point. My handy dandy notebook. Oh, come on, you mother-loving piece of garbage. I think I've got a pen in here. Yay, pen. Okie dokie. Whoa. Treasure in the Royal Tower. I remember. Okay. Is orange, blue, green, red, purple, yellow. Okay. How do I get away from it? Guys. Part of a letter. Naughty Tina. Okay. I accidentally knocked over one of Camille's doll. One of the doll Camille calls Naughty Tina. Off the okay. And literally, I'm afraid, fractured its tiny skull. Despite my heartfelt apologies, Camille burst into tears at the sight of the crack which now traverses naughty Tina's face. Tears, something, it continued unabated for hours. I told her I'd order another as soon as we reach Copper Gorge. Okay. Woman really loved her dolls. Just making sure. There was really nothing in there. I don't like that. That doesn't make sense. I thought one of these had a false bottom or something. Anyway. What? What the heck?
If those are candle holders, they are very strange.
Okay. What's this?
Looks like I need to enter 8 letters into this thing. The question is, which 8 letters?
I don't know. Seriously? Oops. Okay, I couldn't remember if it actually had gone in or if it... For the love of all that is holy. Alright.
Lori?
Well,
oh my gosh!
that was very difficult.
I never thought you'd be the one to find me. No offense. Nadine?
Nancy. Nancy Drew.
Well, as you can see, I wasn't really spirited away by ghosts or anything.
What?
That bookshelf in the dining car, you step on this thing in the floor in there, and it slides open. I practiced disappearing for weeks.
Come on, pull! Okay,
So it was just all for show?
What?
Well, not entirely. See, here's the deal. My dad wound up with this train when he bought out Noram Shipping. They'd been storing it in this old warehouse outside St. Louis for so long that everybody had just forgotten about it. Anyway, after like mass begging on my part, Dad had the train restored to working condition and got me an engineer and track permits and all that other stuff until finally, here we are, on our way to find out what happened to Jake Hurley.
I think you were going to explain why you kidnapped yourself.
Oh, right. Well, see, I was one of the first people in like 100 years to set foot on this train, okay? Everything was just the way it was when Jake disappeared. Except, I also found this. It's a letter that Jake wrote in 1901 to his niece back east. He was real paranoid about claim jumpers, which is why he never told anyone where his mine was. But he was also afraid something would happen to him, and no one would ever know where it was. So he wrote this letter to his only living relative, Ruth Kensington. Here, take it.
You want me to have it? Why?
Because you found me. See, in that letter, Jake tells Ruth that everything she needs to figure out where his mine is on this train. He also warns her that his wife's spirit is on the train too, which kind of creeps me out. But the thing is, to find Jake's lost mine, we need the train.
How do you know this Ruth person didn't find the mine decades ago?
Mostly because I found that letter in the wastebasket. It was like she'd gotten so ticked off, trying to follow her nutty uncle's clues, that she finally said to heck with the whole thing.
Okay.
So you want me to try to figure out where the mine is?
Uh-huh. As for the other people on board, if you want to show them that letter, go ahead. It's totally up to you. We're going to Copper Gorge because that's where Jake buried Camille, so I figured his mine might be somewhere around there too. But if you think we need to go somewhere else, you just let me know and I'll have the engineer take us there.
Okay.
How come you didn't try to find the mine yourself?
Maybe I did. Or maybe I just thought letting other people try to find it would be a good excuse to throw a party. I like parties.
How well do you know your guests?
I like
Well,
parties.
I don't know you or those Harvey guys at all.
Hardy. Frank and Joe Hardy.
Whatever. I didn't know John Gray before this either, but I love his show, and I figured he'd jump at the chance to investigate an honest-to-goodness haunted train, and now that someone has finally found me, I can finally go meet him for real.
What about Tino Balducci?
I met Tino right after he got famous for solving those robberies. Inviting him here for this was a no-brainer. I mean, what an awesome detective. And those piercing eyes of his, you just know his mind's in there going 90 miles an hour.
No.
How well do you know Charlena Purcell?
I just know her from her books, which are so good. In fact, I just started reading her latest one, The Moon Tells No Lies. See, what I'd really like to do is write romance novels. Everybody who knows me says I'd be really good at it. In fact, a while back, I sent Charlena some ideas, you know, just to see what she thought.
And?
She hated them.
I'll come back later.
You go, girl.
Never ever send somebody unsolicited material. And even if it's solicited material, don't.
Looks like a dance floor,
Just be
maybe?
very careful about that shit. Does this mean Nancy's body is invisible? Or?
Locked, naturally. Wonder how you open it.
I got an idea, Nancy. Let's read that letter.
The 3rd of November,
Oh, thank God she's reading it
1901,
herself.
from somewhere in Colorado. Dear Ruth, I know that we've never met, but now that your father, my estranged brother, is gone, you are my only living relative. I am writing to you to tell you about my mine before I, too, depart this earth, and its location is lost forever. I cannot tell you outright where it is, lest this epistle fall into the wrong hands, but with the information which follows, and with my train, which shall be yours upon my death, I promise that you'll be able to find it. First, you will need a map. To obtain it, know that my travels have taken me all over this great country, to towns which can be difficult to find, to Calico, Silverado, and Central City, to Dodge City, Virginia City, and Tombstone. To locate the mine on the map, you'll need my projector. When it comes to placing the stones, you'll need to ask someone who holds a warm place in my heart. I have stored his name accordingly, but to retrieve his name, you'll have to give the
I'm
dolls
not sure this
an
has
order.
any differences on
This will
Senior
require
Detective.
looking inside Camille's dancing
Honestly,
shoes
I
for
can't
the
think
name
of
of
anything
their
that would be
maker,
skilled
and
harder.
wearing the
Sorry.
shoes as you perform her favorite step on the dance floor. As for my beloved Camille, she has 4 words for you, words which, when translated into numbers and used in combination, will help power my projector. But alas, she's taken them with her to her grave. So go to Copper Gorge, Colorado, and pay your respects, and let some of her
Looks like we're
goodness
going grave
rub off
robbing.
on you. I promised Camille that this train would always be her home. In return, she promised to never leave, and indeed she never has. People say I'm crazy, but I've seen her, and heard her, and feel her presence on the train even today, 20 years after her untimely death. So above all else, my dear niece, let nothing happen to my train. It holds wonderful things. Kindest regards, Jake Hurley.
Whoa, man. No. There we go. we go. I'm like, did it open
I
or
bet
not?
I know what this is for.
Yoink. Is that it? Did I just open it to steal one fucking thing? And Nancy, I hate your face. Oop. Oh yeah. I don't know that I'm gonna try finding all the puzzles first. I can do that. I just need to write down the cities in the order, but I don't want to yet. So let's go talk to people. I'm gonna go
That
talk.
must be the projector Jake mentioned in his letter to Ruth.
That's
Wonder what's supposed to go here.
a map. It's the map. It's the map. It's the map. It's the map. Sorry. Mostly sorry. But a strange looking key. I'm just making sure I got everything in the room. Oh. Hey, so I didn't click that? It's cool. What? Okay. No. Hey, I'm just letting everybody know. What? Hey, Tino, guess what? Tino?
Well, it's the little lady detective. What do you need?
I found Lori. She was hiding in the caboose.
I found her in like
yeah?
a minute. Not literally, because I stopped and did a bunch of puzzles on the way, but I found her.
She disappeared because she wanted to see who'd find her first, which is why she left that clue behind.
That slug? I mean, I knew that slug was a clue. That's why I gave it to you. I mean, I could have found Lori no sweat. But I thought, hey, why not give somebody else a shot? And you came through. Nice job.
Thank you.
Yeah,
But
okay.
look, from now on, if you come across anything that may have something to do with Jake Hurley and his mind, let me know, okay? Just so I can, give you advice, help you sort things out. After all, the opportunity to work side by side with a world-famous police detective doesn't come along every day, you know.
So I was just thinking about how it's ridiculous that we take care of the main conflict, like the whole advertising. Oh, you have to find the hostess, and whoop, there she is. Okay, but you do have to find gold too. Oh, okay, sure, great.
How did you and Lori meet?
We met at a party in New York.
Bex, darling.
Nice girl. Not a lot upstairs, but nice girl.
She seems to have a thing for your eyes.
Yeah, she always told me they were... I mean, she told me once that she thought they were very, brown.
What? I thought he has blue eyes. Isn't that what they said? Piercing? Maybe she just said piercing eyes, and I took that to mean blue.
What do you think happened to Jake Hurley?
He probably died trying to work that mine of his all by himself. But
I had to
I'll let
fight
you in on a
microphone
secret.
for a long time.
I'm
That was
onto
cool.
something that could crack this case wide open.
No big milestones in the game, though.
What did you find?
Sorry, can't go into detail. Let's just say that thanks to yours truly, what happened to Jake Hurley won't be a mystery much longer.
That's it. He sounds like a Bob Odenkirk character. Okay.
Thanks for your help.
Not a problem.
It is. Whoa! Whoa! Do I see that? It was so scary. Ooh! Let's see. Risa always does these. Do I have to make them all connected, or... See, this is what happens when only Risa does these. Ah, sorry, microphone. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, if I'm being completely honest here, you guys. I think I'm just doing that. Wait, does it go? Yeah. Okay. Well. Hey. What's your name?
What's up?
John?
I found Lori safe and sound in the caboose, so I guess those vibes you got about her being in serious trouble were wrong.
Strange. My vibes are never wrong. What's even stranger is I'm still getting them. So maybe they're not about Lori. Maybe they're about you.
And your vibes are just like bouncing all over the place, so, you know, you should get a hold of those.
I'm confused. Are you a scientist or a psychic?
I happen to be both. What's commonly referred to as psychic phenomena is all a matter of energy. Just because we don't know where that energy is generated or how to measure it yet, doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Trust me, either you or Lori is, or soon will be, in big trouble.
No offense, but I don't believe you.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Thanks for the chat, weirdo.
Thanks for the chat.
Pleasure talking to you.
Now I must go break the news to an old lady that, an heiress is not dead.
That tool I saw in the caboose. I bet that's what you used to unscrew these bolts.
Why does my brain just keep going? Caboose, like butt. Oh, that's right. Jesus, okay. Maybe. Someone act independently? Oh, okay, well then... Oh, just more pipes. Forget! Okay. Duck is worth 1. Square is worth 4.
It's locked.
No, I know that, but let me look at the top. You're a bitch. Alright, she just looks at that. Okay, well, let's go talk to an old lady. bitch of an old lady.
What is that?
It's cool is what it is.
Yes?
I found Lori. She's in the caboose. You were right. She disappeared because she wanted to see which of us would find her first.
And you won. Congratulations.
You don't have to sound like such a bitch about it. Jesus.
The others on the train, John Gray and that police detective, do you know them very well?
I don't know them at all. Needless to say, I don't watch television, so I've never even seen Mr. Gray before. Although I do know that his profession, if you can call it that, is rife with crackpots. As for Mr. Balducci, from what I've read, his success in solving those robberies was less a matter of talent and more a matter of being in the right place at precisely the right time.
In other words, you don't think he deserves all the attention he's getting?
No. You and those two Boy Scouts you're with would make better detectives.
We do make
Is
better
that all, dear?
detectives. Yeah, hey.
Did you know that Lori wants to be a romance novelist?
I'm like
Doesn't
Laura's
everyone?
bestie now. She tells me everything.
Do you think she could
Doesn't
do it?
everyone
No.
know about it
Could
or
we
want
please
to
talk
be...
about something a little more pleasant?
Oh.
I'll touch bases with you later.
Let me know if you run across anything juicy.
Your ponytail looks stupid.
Hey, Nancy,
I'm
What's with
coming.
the Cheshire Cat grin?
you found
Jesus
Lori.
Christ,
Yep, she's holed up in the caboose. And as a reward for finding her, she let me have this.
Balducci.
It's a letter from Jake to his niece in which he leaves clues telling her how to find his mine. Only the clues are extremely obtuse.
You found Lori.
We
You
got
got
very
the letter with all the
cinematic in this
clues.
game, and I love it.
Guess you don't need us anymore.
Oh, Joe, quit pouting. Want any help?
Are you kidding? You bet I do.
Now you're talking.
It stands to reason that the only person other than Jake who had to have known the location of Jake's mine was the engineer on Jake's train.
That's why
Very
he's
true.
dead.
Not necessarily. Jake might not have told him the exact location. Maybe he just had him drop him off somewhere nearby.
Well, still, we'd be way ahead of the game if we knew where that drop-off point was.
You can't acknowledge that it's a game, Frank. It's too meta. Too meta for this game. Come on, stupid.
If the engineer had any surviving relatives, we may be in luck.
The guy died more than 100 years ago. How are we supposed to find out his name?
Maybe Charlena
Yeah,
What's-Her-Face
it's
could
great
tell
how
us
they
how to
tried
go
new
about it.
things.
Good idea, Frank. I'll ask her. Balducci wants me to share everything I find out about Jake Hurley with him.
I'll bet he does.
He just doesn't want you to show him up again.
Yeah, he wants you to do all the legwork so at the last minute, bam, he can swoop in and grab all the credit.
I wouldn't tell him a thing, Nance.
Unless it's to get lost.
Alright, boys. Calm your shit. See you soon.
See you soon.
You better.
Fuck. That was super, threatening.
Engineer, this better be Miss Gerard.
Well, actually...
You're the only person I
Forget
haven't
it.
told. Wait, but, oh. He's the only person I hadn't told. I know I looked in here. Oh, it was just this. Something in the letter about fish. Or was it? I don't know why I'm saying that. Facing stone. Name of their maker. Mr. Hurley.
An
Alright.
eagle. Where else have I seen an eagle?
I don't know, Nancy. Expecting me to know this shit.
More questions?
Yes, apparently.
How would I go about finding out the name of Jake's train engineer?
If you're smart, you'd ask me. And because my work is going surprisingly well, during my next break, I'll log onto my archives at home and see what I can turn up.
That'd be great, thank you.
Whoever invented the cellular modem, that's whom you should thank, dear.
Sorry. You didn't stay in touch, Nancy. This is what you're missing when you're not in the chat. I'm just
I'll
saying.
touch bases with you later.
Remember, if it's juicy, I want to know about it.
Everybody wants to know everything I know. Nobody wants to know who I am. That doesn't make sense, does it? I was just having fun, by the way. You know what, I bet you she doesn't. Yep, that's what happens on Senior Detective. She doesn't keep notes. Which is actually a legitimate handicap for me. Okay, uh-oh.
Here we go.
Shh. Don't be so loud, Nancy. You're so loud. Actually, I think I did want to go back that way. Whatever. Okay.
More pipes to connect.
These are the first pipes. You dumb dummy. No, what are you doing? Stop it. No, mother loving. It's fine. Everything's fine. I don't know what's happening in the chat, but
There, all done.
All done. Nancy, what are you doing? I'm fixing pipes. Why? Oh, right, I wrote this down. It goes orange, blue, green, red, purple, Lello. It's mine now. Also, I can open the box. Hey,
Looks
what's
like
this?
a pattern for some kind of dance.
It's a dance step.
Maybe I'd better keep this.
Okay, yeah. No, sure, absolutely.
Wilson carbide and acetylene works.
Dear Jake, September 7th, 1897. Dear Jake, I have sent you 2 lamps, which you should receive by the end of the month. When you get them, why didn't they come at the same time? Anyway, whatever, man. Simply place carbide in the lower chamber, water in the upper chamber, then use the built-in flint lighter to ignite the jet of gas which results. As you'll see, okay, so this is how to light the fucking lamp. Whatever. Your failure to strike it rich, but I'm, Oh, you sound quite desperate, old chum. Attempt to produce an aluminum extremely flammable gas. I don't
Always
know,
your
man.
friend, Thomas Wilson.
Thomas Wilson. Thomas Wilson.
Glad you dropped in. Lori told me she'd given you a letter from Jake Hurley that says how to find his mine.
Uh-huh.
That's right. You
Hey,
can
Bo.
read it if you want.
Lori should have given that to me. I mean, I'm the trained professional around here. Let me take a look.
Gets Cheetos on it.
I've seen enough. 2 words. Useless. Those are just the rantings of a guy who spent way too much of his life swirling mud around in pans under the hot sun. 5-star nut job.
You don't think there's anything helpful in there?
Nada.
Okay.
Hope I didn't take up too much of your time.
Don't mention it.
Mention all I fucking want. Don't tell me what to goddamn do, you. I'm okay. I'm okay, guys.
Whoa!
Oh man.
Somebody
That
must have
genuinely
thrown the
startled me.
emergency brake.
The question is, did somebody throw the brake? Or something?
Oh, Joe, now you sound like Lori.
Hey, I was the first one on the scene, and I saw no one.
Who was the next person on the scene?
John Gray. Then Balducci came bursting through one door while Frank and the engineer came through the other. Boy, was that guy ticked. He said the train could have derailed. He reset the brake, muttered a few choice words, then headed back to the engine just as you and Lori showed up.
Everybody was there except Charlena. I don't think she left her laptop the whole time.
I'm sorry, I'm imagining everybody running past her. She's just sitting there. Taka, taka, taka.
Do you think she could have thrown the brake and snuck back to her laptop without your seeing her?
Not likely, but possible, I guess.
question is, why? What did she or anybody else stand to gain by stopping the train?
Answer? Nothing. Which is why I think we should at least consider the possibility that something less human in nature may be at work here.
Ah, Joe.
I'm going to see if Balducci's done dusting
so
for
genuinely
fingerprints.
distraught.
Catch you later.
Joe. Oh, no. No. I raised you better than this. Hey, bitch.
More questions?
Yeah.
Do you have a theory as to who pulled the emergency brake?
Emergency brake
Well, I know it
pulled.
wasn't me. I assume it wasn't you, and I highly doubt it was Lori. So that leaves those two friends of yours, Mr. Gray and Mr. Balducci.
What do you think their motive was?
I don't know about your friends, but perhaps those other two simply thought it would be fun. Boys will be boys.
I don't know about the teenagers, but maybe one of the grown men threw it because boys will be boys, you know?
Were you able to find the name of Jake's train engineer?
I came across 3 references to the fact that Jake had an engineer, but I'm afraid none of them included his name. I failed. Sorry.
It's fine.
Would you like to see the letter that Lori gave me as a reward for finding her?
The one in which Jake Hurley supposedly tells his niece how to find his lost mine? No, thank you. I happily leave it to you to try to solve the mystery of his disappearance. You can afford to look foolish, dear. I can't.
Sure you can. People expect writers to be, you know, eccentric.
Aren't you even going to try finding out what happened to Jake Hurley?
No time. The only reason I haven't insisted that Lori release me from all this silliness is there's always the possibility that what happened to him has the makings of a bestseller, although I highly doubt it.
And here I thought it's because we're in the middle of nowhere and you wouldn't be able to get a ride back, so how is she gonna release you from this foolishness or whatever? Silliness.
Why are you so sure that Jake's story wouldn't make a bestseller?
His story is an all too common one. A man wanders off into the desert in search of gold and never returns. Why? He either doesn't have enough food or water, or he encounters hostile natives.
But why was his train found out in the middle of nowhere with just the dead engineer on board?
That does make the story a little more interesting. My guess is the engineer got tired of waiting for Jake to
Look at
return,
that laptop.
took off in the train to get help, and died of a heart attack along the way, after which the train rolled to a stop in Bluemoon Canyon. Anyone experienced enough to single-handedly run a steam engine would have been quite a bit older than Jake.
What do you think happened to Camille?
She probably died of something mundane like pneumonia or even measles. Now, if it was wintertime when she died, and they were in the mountains, Jake no doubt kept her body on the train for months before he buried her, which is rather delicious in a morbid sort of way.
I can see it.
I should get
What's
going.
the story?
All right, then.
Man is stuck for months on the train with his dead wife's body. I can see it. Oh, you know what? Oh. Okay, I really don't like. Okay. Okay, where's the middle piece? Sorry. I hate this thing. No, you... Is it not? No, obviously. Oops. God damn it.
Left pickaxe and lamp with buhl for safekeeping. To open what's closed, lead is the key. Or is it lead is the key?
Okay. Useful. Just get that. Oh, wait. Weird noises in my apartment. Don't think I need anything here. Go back to the back. I got a few things I can do back here. I can do the dance step. And, okay, now I'm supposed to put Chromeister into something. Is it the letters here? No, don't put them in alphabetical order or anything like that. Okay, so no. Because never came across a K. Pew, pew.
Darn, the name of the shoes is so faded I can't tell what it is.
I mean, it's clearly the
maybe
shoes you
Bess and George can help me figure out who made them.
Excellent. Okay. Bess Marvin. This phone is so cute.
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, what's going on?
So,
The name of the company that made Jake's wife's dancing shoes is too faded to read. But to find Jake's mine, I need to know what it is.
Hey, I know what you can do. Take a picture of them with your cell phone, then send it to us, and we'll check them out for you.
I already sent
But
it,
I thought you
bitches.
guys had to paint Bess's room.
Boring. Besides, we're going to have to take a break soon because we're almost out of paint. Probably because Bess has gotten more on me than she has on the wall. Anyway, send us a picture of the shoes
writing
to
in
your
this
cell
is
phone
so
as soon as you can.
Actually, I
sitcomic.
already sent you a picture of the shoes.
Well then, hey, we're on it.
Ah, you guys are the greatest.
I know. Need anything else?
Does he?
Tino Balducci definitely has a thing for Laurie Gerard.
Really? Ooh, I bet the tabloids would love to hear that.
What's more, I get the feeling Laurie feels the same way about him.
You mean there's some kind of mutual attraction thing going on between them?
Something's going on between them. I'm not really sure what.
We'll find out. I mean, that's a mystery worth pursuing. To heck with this Jake Hurley stuff. You'd give up the possibility of finding gold for gossip, Bess? For gossip this good? Oh yeah.
Okay.
Someone threw the emergency brake and almost derailed the train.
Someone tried to sabotage the train?
According to Joe, someone or something.
You mean like a ghost? Joe believes in ghosts? How about that?
Maybe I
You
believe in
have
ghosts
something in
now.
common. You mean something else in common. We're both, in our own ways, very cute. Right.
Talk to you soon.
Remember, when in doubt, call.
Why? I'm pretty sure you can't give me clues, so... Oh, I don't have it. I mean, I have it, I just didn't have it. No. occasionally I'll laugh weird because I look up and see the chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on. 6, 7. I'm trying to imagine a human person doing this. Come on! Thank you, trackpad. Serve me. Oh god. Nope. Oh no. What was that?
Another gemstone.
My gemstone, though. I take it. It's shiny and it's mine now.
Wonder how you're supposed to get this open. Guess Camille liked to collect dolls.
Jesus. Yawning Alice.
Mama.
I think one of these cries. Just a heads up, everybody. If you're gonna have doll terrors. Ooh, I should make my boyfriend look at these. Doesn't one of them cry? I could have sworn. Maybe it's just that she. Anyway, doesn't matter. Okay, I have to go pay attention to the thing then. Okay, I'm gonna give this a real quick shot before I call it a night. So where's that letter? Chiki chiki chiki. Okay. Calico. I'm probably not gonna do this tonight, but Silverado. Central City. Dodge City. Virginia City. And Tombstone. I don't know, the dolls are too talky Tina for me, so let's see. I think I gotta do it in order, right? Pretty sure. 90% sure. But I'm having trouble. Okay, maybe I do this tomorrow. This sounds like something I should do tomorrow. Okay, so... Jeez, I haven't saved at all. Talkie Tina. Tyne. Good. Excellent, Ariana. Your typing is superb. Okay, so... Yeah, that is my stream for the night. Tomorrow it's going to be much better because I'm not going to have audio issues and freaking every other goddamn issue under the sun. So, yeah. Thank you for sticking with me, guys. It was a trying evening, but yeah. So I will see you guys tomorrow.